Well, the National Toy Hall of Fame has spoken, Jay Bird, and you might be pretty excited to find out that one toy made the cut.
My little pony, I'll be there right by your side. I'll be there right by your side.
There you go. How nice is that, huh?
Yep, I'm a fan of the My Little Pony. I wouldn't call myself a brony, but I do like them. I think
What
they're
is a brony?
someone who's really into the ponies.
That's a dude that's into My Little Pony, a brony?
I'm not sure if it's just a dude. It's when you're obsessed with My Little Pony to a point where you go, wow. Holy crud, they love My Little Pony.
Okay.
And I'll send you some literature. I don't want to misspeak on the
What
the
is it
brony.
that just really brings people in?
I don't know.
They look combing their hair? Or
I think so.
what do you do?
It's the
Okay.
magic of the My Little Pony. Did you collect them when you were a little girl?
I did, but then I grew up. Unlike you, brony.
No, I have a small. What I like to do is represent all kind of stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
And you can't tell the
What
story.
are you, Sonny, the radio station?
You can't tell the story, the whole story, without My Little Ponies.
He's Sonny 107.9.
I got
yeah.
He-Man, I got G.I. Joe, I got ponies. I mean,
Yeah,
I
got it
represent
all.
them all.
Well, the Hasbro ponies, yes, came out in the 80s, so it definitely does fit. It made it after 7 times trying to get into the National Toy Hall of Fame. So congratulations to My Little
Wow.
Pony.
Big day.
Big
Yep.
day. It's a big day.
Is it?
You got Transformers that just got inducted.
They should have been in so much longer ago. But yeah, it's great. That's good.
And does anybody know the Phase 10 card game? What that is?
No.
You ever heard of that? I haven't heard of that either. That also made it in.
Phase 10.
Yeah. There were some things that did not make it in. Phase 10 card game, that made it in, but the Pokemon cards did not.
See,
this go
Pokemon
around.
deserves it.
Yeah, somebody tell me what Phase 10 is, because I think if you walked around, at least I know around here, if we did an impromptu research project, what is better with name recognition, Phase 10 or Pokemon?
I'm looking at the cards right now. Phase 10 looks like a low budget Uno.
I'd never heard of that in my life.
I've never heard of Phase
and
10.
that makes it in over Pokemon cards?
That's
See,
so stupid.
That takes away from the whole Hall
Does
of Fame.
credibility is questioned.
Phase 10.
Yeah. They also did not put in balloons.
Good.
I will tell you, I think a balloon, that is fun for hours for poor kids, man. We used to love balloons. You'd play balloon volleyball. You ever played that crab volleyball, Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you kind of, get down on your butt and then you can only like move with your hands and your feet then on the floor. And you're playing volleyball that way, trying to get around. That was a lot of fun.
We were pretty poor. We never played that. I kind of want to play.
Oh, yeah, you should.
All right.
Yeah.
With your bad hip, you can't play.
That does sound quite painful and challenging.
Yeah.
But I'm in.
I had a buddy, that he couldn't afford toys, but we have balloons for days.
Okay, so you personally would consider a balloon a toy. That was my issue. Is a balloon a toy? You say it is.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
We had, that's all we had. We had a balloon, and you had to come up with games to work with it.
You feel like a balloon is a toy?
I don't know. It's kind of like a fringe thing, but I guess when you explain it like Kevin did, it was a poor kid toy.
Yeah. We were talking about other fun little, if you did a poor kid toy Hall of Fame, what is in there? Because, I grew up in Appalachia, and so we had a lot of, we played with sticks, cardboard boxes, mud.
Stick in a rock.
Stick in a rock, yeah.
Oh, hours of entertainment.
In fact, somebody said, yeah, the pet rock. You definitely could do that.
Yeah.
We would do that. I remember my mom and I would go out. We'd find rocks and we'd shine them up and we'd paint them and do, little crafts things. Yeah, rocks is for
Put
poor
eyes
kids.
on 'em.
Oh, all kinds of stuff.
We're
yeah.
missing a big one. The one where you would take a long string and put 2 cups at the end.
Yeah.
And play some
Tin
telephone.
can.
Yeah, or-
yeah.
String work, the one thing that we would do a lot with, did you ever do those yarn games? You would take yarn. My mom used to always show me. And you would have yarn around your fingers. And you would move your fingers in and out with the yarn that was stretched between your 2 hands. And it was like magic. It was crazy. All the little things that you could do. We would just play. All you needed was some yarn. And you could entertain yourselves for hours.
My sister Tina, she would take a shoebox and cut a hole out of it and put a flashlight kind of like near it and then make comic strips. And we would go in the closet and she'd make her own movie theater and narrate the comic strip.
Aw, that's
Like, it
adorable.
was its own movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
we didn't have money to go to the theater.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, you'd go in the closet, turn out all the lights, get your snacks.
I
in
remember
there.
doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You got
that's awesome.
creative because you had to.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Another suggestion: socks. Poor kid here. Sock wars with siblings. You'd ball them up and throw them hard at each other while trying to hide around the couches. Socks is a great poor kid. Should be in the Poor Kid Toy Hall of Fame. And the Duncan Yo-Yo. Yeah, they weren't a lot of money, but yeah, hours of fun. Just with a Duncan Yo-Yo.
I wanted a ping pong table so bad, but they were expensive. So
Yeah, they
what
were,
we ended
yeah.
up doing is we would take a string and we would kind of tape it or put thumbtacks and make our own little net with kitchen rags. And you would sit down and
Oh,
you
yeah.
would hit the ball with your
Right.
hand over that little net, and we would call it Carpeton. Instead of Wimbledon, and you used your hand
Yeah.
and a ball, but it really you would take tape and make your own little court.
Oh, cool.
It was fun. And
Yeah.
no money.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, those, to me, I look at that, the creativity that you needed. One, because we didn't have the toys of today, and two, didn't have the money either. So any toys that were out there, we couldn't get. And I got to tell you, honestly, I think being a poor kid in the '80s was great for creativity.
It was.
Yeah, and I do. I feel, in a sense, bad for kids today. I kind of feel bad for my kids because they have grown up and their brain is spoiled. There's no way it can be developing the way that mine did.
Right.
Trying to always, as an only child with not a lot of money in Appalachia, trying to have fun. You had to be so creative coming up with stuff to entertain yourself.
You had to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, it was complete, utter boredom.
But now our kids have everything.
Yeah, I know.
And they're bored.
Yeah, and it's checking with their mind. It really is. I think if I were bold, if I weren't such a coward, I just the family take your phones. We should have a phone locker. As soon as you
Chuck 'em
walk
in the lake.
house, you gotta put them in the phone locker.
If you weren't such a coward.
Yeah,
That's a true statement right there.
yeah, because
It's a man
they
getting
would all
real.
turn on me.
They would turn on
It would be
you.
a bloodbath.
My
If I-
house, too.
If I brought this up, I can't even imagine the revolt that would go on. They would, first of all, they wouldn't entertain it. I
Right.
would probably be ignored if I kept talking too much. They'd be like, "Would you just shut up? Like nobody's doing that."
Ignore the coward.
Right.
He's right.
If I were one of those dads in the 50s,
Right? Lay down the law.
yeah, I don't have that kind of power anymore. I'm one of these modern dads. It's just I got no influence over my family.
You're a snowflake dad.
I'm a snowflake dad. Exactly. I was a poor kid. Now I'm a snowflake dad.
This is how we do. It's the KBJ Show.